let's talk about PvP Power because it has just popped up on the Shadowlands Alpha. So for those of you who don't know, PvP Power used to be a stat in Mists of Pandaria where it increased the power level you had against opponents in PvP combat. But in Mists, they had another stat called PvP Resilience, which kind of offset it. So you had Power and Resilience, they kind of battled each other and sort of canceled each other out in PvP situations, except if you didn't have those stats, you were at a severe disadvantage. So players were kind of forced, if they wanted to participate in both at a high level, they had to keep up with 2 sets of gear. They got rid of that in WoD, and now it kind of looks like it's back, even though Ian said in an interview about a month ago that there are no plans on PvP-only stats, so the system will be just like BFA. Obviously, they just added this back in. It's even labeled as 9.0 PvP Power. So we'll see. There might just be testing the waters because of what Ian said a month ago. Just kind of seeing what, if maybe they've been thinking about trying to bring it back and this is their way of doing that. So the spell says your abilities have a high chance to trigger Gladiator's Dominance, increasing your primary stat by an amount equal to your PvP power for 15 seconds. So yeah, PvP power's back, baby! No, but we'll see. So let's talk about this for a second, because there are 2 different ways to really think about this. You have to think about the perspective of PvP players and the perspective of PvE players. From a PvP only perspective, this is really cool because it allows you to really just only focus on PvP gear. You don't got to worry about going into raids and picking up sets and completing your PvP sets that way. Because with PvP power, you just need that to start crushing your opponents. If they don't have PvP power on their sets, you're probably going to win. And then from a PvE perspective, it kind of sucks. I mean, if you're trying to do both at a high level, because you need PvP power gear to play well in PvP. If you go into a PvP situation and you don't have this PvP power, it's not going to work. But if you take this PvP gear with PvP power, can you take it into PvE? Yet to be determined. I mean, stats-wise, they should be the exact same, except for this added PvP power. Now, maybe this PvP power will replace a secondary stat, in which case you really wouldn't want this in PvE. Plus, if they end up bringing back tier sets, which they should, and I think they will, you're going to be missing out on those tier set bonuses anyway. So, I mean, if you want to keep up with 2 sets of gear, that's what you're going to have to do with this PvP power. Personally, I think it's fine to put PvP power back in the game. I know that if you're really just into PvP, you don't care about raiding or doing mythic pluses or anything like that, this is awesome because you just go into PvP, do your arenas, do your rated battlegrounds, and have fun. Get your gear, get your best in slot items for yourself, and you don't have to worry about doing that PvE stuff. For the PvE side of things, it is what it is, I guess. Again, I think they're just testing the waters with this. I don't think there's any set plans for this to make it into the live version of the game. So I would suggest, if you're in the alpha, definitely try it out. If you're not, make your voices heard on the forums, mostly the forums and Reddit too, because that's the only way that Blizzard is going to be able to, talk to you about this. They've been doing a really good job so far of communicating throughout the alpha cycle here. So if you were really opposed to this, make your voice known. But yeah, I mean, PvP power, I think it's fine. We'll see. There's not even a chance that it'll make it in the game all the way. So yeah, that's about it. Just a short video on what PvP power is and how it could affect the game. Thanks for watching.